Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine, and I am here today to do the penultimate card for the year-long Christmas collaboration hosted by Jessica Marvel and Lesley Bromfield. Can you believe it's been nearly a year? This month's prompt was reindeer. And yes, I've got some ideas, and my desk is a hot mess because I'm kind of like mid creation, and I thought, well, as it is the last but one, I'd come on and we do a card together, because the last one's going to be Christmas Day, and we ain't got time to be making Christmas cards on Christmas Day, have we? And you ain't got time to be watching me on Christmas Day. So I have got a 15cm card blank here, square. I've got sorry for mixing up my units of measurement, I've got a 5-inch mat here, and I've got a 4 7/8 inch bit that we're going to work on as a panel. And I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I am trying to achieve, but let's see how it works out. So my plan is that I want to create kind of like just a really simple little scene using this stag, which is from the Julie Hickey and it's designed by my friend Hazel Eaton. So I want to use this stag, and I think I also want to use on this set here these scribble trees, and we might also use this die. I like the trees and I like the little houses, but the houses might just be a tad too big, I'm not sure. So we'll just have a little experiment and we'll see what is what. I've got quite a new foam on my blending brush here, and it is kind of absorbing the ink. I've had a little play already and things haven't quite gone according to plan. Now you can obviously buy masks for your hills from places like Lavinia, but at the moment I'm just using copier paper that I've torn. So the idea is that I want to get kind of like a colour fade, so I want the bottom to be quite deep, and then we're going to fade as we go up, and I'm just going to turn it over actually and move it up a bit so that we get a different effect. And obviously if you buy those masks you can do the same thing, so you get more for your money. We've got a slightly different look going on there, little mark there from where the paper was torn, and I want kind of like a big hill in the top. Now I've made that a little bit uneven, which is not exactly what I wanted, but take a bit of ink off the sponge. I'm not very good at blending, as you know, but I think that that will do. And we'll just maybe come in with this cleaner piece of paper. We'll just maybe put, so that that little hill doesn't look quite so strange, we'll put another little bit coming along here. There we go. I could even do with a little bit more there. There we go, that will do me like so. You will all do much better than I do. Now the idea is as well, I want this merry to go in the top here, and I want to stamp the word Christmas in the bottom. So I think I'm going to do quite a lot of tone on tone stamping, but I want the stag and the Christmas to be in black. So I'm just going to put my Christmas down, and I should probably heat set this first, but never mind. I will, as always, link all of the collaborators, there are a lot of us that are involved in this collaboration, in the description box down below. Go and check out their wonderful makes. I nearly stamped that upside down then, that would have been a disaster, wouldn't it? So we'll just stamp that like that. try and get it straighter than I have, and I'm just going to blot that with this bit of copier paper here. Again, I could have heat set it, but okay, let's just pop this on the carrier sheet, and we'll come in with the stag, because he's going to be our focal image. Is he a reindeer? I suppose he is, isn't he? I bet lots of people have done really cute reindeer, but I don't really have any. I think I'm going to have him. I don't know whether to get another. Shall I have it? No, because he's too big to go on the top. There is another smaller reindeer. Is that facing the same way? Yes, it is. It would be quite nice if there was one in the opposite direction, wouldn't there? But you can kind of do that yourself. I think I might just come in actually with another little bit of another kind of more pronounced line here. So I've cut that big hill in half. There we go. So you've got another little bit there, and I can stand him in the centre on that line. Oh dear, we need some remedial cleaning up here. Whoop, whoop, we've made a mess. Mess alert, mess alert. It is a fairly newish VersaFine ink pad, so hence it is very juicy. You see all that ink on there. Right, let's make sure we don't transfer it to the card. However, if we had, we could what's the word I'm looking for? There's a couple of little white spots there, and that's because there's a bit of glitter on my stamp. It's nothing to do with the stamp. I can fill that in with a bit of black pen. Yes, there's nothing that glitter can't solve in these situations, isn't there? Got a bit of a wet wipe going on there. Right, okay, so that is that. Now, I think I'm going to stick one of these. No, because that might be too big. This is what I could do with really, really tiny trees. Now, I want to see if these houses work in the bottom down here. But I think they're just, I think they're the wrong size. I think they're the wrong size. They'll definitely work for something, but not for this. And I do need to ground this reindeer a little bit. So I might come in with a little bit of something else, like a little bit of weathered wood underneath his feet in a minute. But I do like these little trees, and I do want to use some. I've got a couple that I've cut out here. And I also want to use the scribble trees that are on the set. Yes, we'll have a little play with them in a minute. Let's stamp a couple of these smaller scribble trees. So I'm going to do tone on tone. Where's my acrylic block gone? Here it is. So I'm going to come back in with the salvaged patina. Look, you can see I've not stamped my sentiment straight. Hope everybody's well. And I think I'm going to do second generation over here, off the page a little bit, so it looks as if it's in the distance, and the same there. They're cute, aren't they, these little scribble trees? And we'll come in with the medium sized one. The big one's going to be too big, I think. We'll make sure we ink him up well, and then I can dot some of these white trees in and around, I think, or perhaps colour them with ink. Now the other thing that I could have done is, and I might do that with this actually, is turn that way and then just put, so you've got a little bit of a tree peeking up there so it looks as if it's behind the hill. That hasn't worked very well. Let's get a little forest of trees going. And then we need another one for balance here. And I might come back with a couple of the smaller ones again. But these are great fun to work with and good value. I'm not sure whether the Christmas stamps are available or whether they're sold out now. There we go. I think that will do for now, because less is more. And this isn't the best stamping or card creation that I've ever done, but my light's not very good. I'm quite tired. It's been a long day. I'm just going to pop those down there for now because I don't need them. Pop them in their packets in a minute. Now, I need to go and get my glue. Just bear with a minute. So before I stick anything else on my design, I want to work on my Merry, and I want to use some gilding flakes. So I'm going to put some flake and glitter glue on my craft mat, or my glass mat I should say, and I've got a piece of clean cut and dry foam, and I'm just going to go all over this with the glue. You could use a brush if you haven't got any of this, or an old makeup sponge, but I'm just making sure that I get everything covered, and I need to let that go tacky a minute. So when you can't see it anymore, it'll be fine for the gilding flakes. Now I've got some on my hands, so I'm just going to go and wash my hands. So this is tacky now. I hope it's just tacky and not too horrible. And I've got these gilding flakes from Cosmic Shimmer, and it is called Aurora Lights, and I love this. And what I want to do is get predominantly silver, but also little bits of bright colour. So I'm just going to pat that down. You can see that this has been well loved, this particular pot. I'm just working on some paper so that, oh, did you see me breathe then and it just went flying everywhere? I'm working on some paper so that when I come to burnish this, the little bits can be saved and can go back in the pot. If you saw my hashtag PT Tag Club video, you saw me use gilding flakes the other day, and I have got in a little bit of a hot mess. But let's see what happens when we burnish these. Now, let's get rid of that there. So you've got just a little tiny bit of colour coming through. And I do need to get a scoochy, but I'm just going to very gently burnish away. The gilding flakes that I've got on here. I've just got little flashes of colour. I'm trying not to breathe because they're going everywhere. And I think because I've been going for quite a long time on this video, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pause you while I finish this, and then I'll show you the finished article. So it has been a bit of a game, and I'm not entirely happy with this. I've made it into a tent fold card just for a little bit of variation, but I don't know whether I used too much of the Flitter and Flake glitter glue. Yeah, but it hasn't gone quite as shiny everywhere as it normally does. So yes, I don't quite know what's happened there, but I'm going to have another go at it, I think, because I think it could be very effective. I do like my little stag peeking out there. And I've just gone in with a couple of those trees in white and a little bit of glitter jewels. I do like these, the iced snow, just to give a little bit of a frosty effect. And there's a little bit of glitter from something there. I don't know where that's come from, but it's quite nice. And it just went in with a bit of weathered wood to kind of ground the stag a bit, but not my finest hour. These are the other two cards I made. So for this one, I used an old embossing folder. I have shown it on my channel before. It is very old. Embossilicious, are they still going? Don't know. Needs a good clean inside. And yeah, I've just used that same die set, the little dies, a few little trees down there to sort of pick up on the trees in this corner here, and some of the hearts and stars from that little die set, and the same Mary. There's 2 layers there. There were 3, I should have said, on the other one, and it's just on silver sparkle card. This is the new silver sparkle card. Actually, do you know, in retrospect, it's okay. I didn't think I was going to like it as much as the other, but it's okay. It's okay, and it doesn't shed. I've just got glitter everywhere. So that's that one. Sorry, the lighting is appalling. And then this is some Stamperia paper. It is Cosmic Shimmer, not Cosmic Shimmer, it's Cosmic from Stamperia. Yeah, and I don't know whether you can see, can you just see here the little bit of clear texture? That's the first time I've used my grit paste, my Snowfall grit paste from Tim Holtz, and I've put it through this speckles stencil because it looks a bit like snow falling. Yeah, looks a little bit like snow falling. And I was just going to add a little sentiment, but I forgot. But I shall find one, and I haven't scented that very, what's the word I'm looking for, evenly. Yes. Oh dear. You thought, yeah, an utter fail. By the way, what I should say is that I went in with this to get all the gilding flakes out, the nooks and crannies of this. I went in with this stencil brush that I don't use for anything else. Yeah, there we go. I've made a right pig's ear of that, haven't I? Yeah, don't do as I do. Rubbish this month. Take care, everybody. I'll see you on Christmas Day. Bye now.